Hello everyone, this is question number 32. Let's read the question. The computer uses a bootstrap. Which of the following shows the part of a computer of which the bootstrap is an example? With the name, you understood that bootstrap is somehow related to the booting process of a computer or any device. Now we need to understand which one of the following is an example of bootstrap. Application software, firmware, hard disk drive, IP address. With these options, you can directly eliminate the IP address because you know IP address is something which can uniquely identify any devices. In a computer network, there are several devices and you can identify each device with their unique IP address. So you can eliminate this address. It is not somehow related to the booting process. Next, we have hard disk drive. Hard disk drive is basically a memory device in which we permanent store our the data. So hard disk drive is not an correct option for this option. Application software is something in which we have multiple kind of software on the basis of the user requirement. Some of the example of the application software would be MS Word or the browsers. These are some of the application software which run on the computers and the user can interact with these application softwares, but they are not somehow related to the booting process. So what exactly booting process is? To understand this, first you need to understand what booting process and how we can understand this term. So you see, for any device like computer, printer, scanner or any digital device, for example digital camera, to start running we need a booting process. A booting process is what? It should have an initial program to run when it is powered up, like when we are basically powered up or when we are switched on any of these devices. The booting process immediately start in order to check whether these devices in a condition where they can work properly. So the initial program is called firmware. So the initial program, when the device is off and suddenly you are making your device to work and you switch it on, then a firmware is executed and booting process will start. So it is called as bootstrap program. And one of the another name of this process is called the BIOS, or you can say basic input output system, in which every input output devices of a particular system has been checked during this process, and this process is called booting process. And another example of this, you can say this is the firmware example, in which initial stage a software has been executed which reside into a non-volatile memory. Non-volatile memory is in the that is read-only memory, in which firmware or the bootstrap procedure is already has written, and just you need to execute that. Whenever you switch on your system, it will automatically execute it. It mounted on the ROM, which is a non-volatile memory. So the correct option for this question will be option number 2. Firmware is the right answer.